Deacon Stephen, speaking truth to a power that refused to hear it, became the church's first martyr. For Deacon Stephen, as to Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the cost of discipleship was high. For most of us, and for many pastors and many traditions, the cost may not be so high, at least not always. But here's the thing. If there is no cost at all, it is not discipleship. Throughout my 40 years as a reporter, editor, layperson, and guilty bystander in church circles, I've observed many disciples who paid large and small prices for their discipleship. Over the years, I've known more than one pastor fired from his or her congregation for taking pastoral or diaconal stands they believed to be right, for preaching against what many believed was the nation's immoral war in Vietnam, for removing the U.S. flag from the church sanctuary on the grounds that God is the God of all nations and all peoples, for participating in civil rights marches, for presiding over the marriage of same-sex couples, for preaching against the ownership of powerful assault rifles. I've known married women pastors who have been dismissed from their congregations for getting pregnant, or for requesting a 1-month leave to recuperate from a mastectomy. Today, in our hyper-tense environment, the moral questions we face cause many of us to ask whether we dare risk the cost of discipleship. Do we dare declare unequivocally that war and violence are always sin, that Black Lives Matter, that Islam is a religion of peace, that no person is illegal, that no religious views should be forced upon anyone, that everyone is entitled to express their sexuality in their own way without social prejudice or government imposition, that God is love, and the greatest commandment is always to love one another as we love ourselves. 2 millennia ago, the first Christians established the role of deacon to reach out to all persons to assure they are sheltered, fed, cared for when disabled or ill, protected from prejudice or hatred, and treated with love, fairness, and justice. This is a role we all share. Deacon Stephen reminds us that it is not a role to be taken lightly, and that it may come with costs. But it is a role we must assume with faith in God's grace, because God's work requires all our hands, because we are all marked for the cross of Christ forever. We are claimed, gathered, and sent for the sake of the world, whatever the cost. Amen.
Our young people have done a fundraiser every year for the Gay Straight Alliance, the local Gay Straight Alliance at the high school. We've done that as a meal, and we did that last February, I guess, right? It wasn't even more than a year ago that we did that. So I spoke to them about doing a fundraiser, and we decided that they don't really need the money because they're not going to the workshop that we're raising money for every year, because they're not going anywhere. But we decided to raise money for homeless LGBTQ youth. So there is a homeless LGBT program in New York City called the Ali Forney Project. So we're going to do a car wash either the end of May or the beginning of June. I'm going to talk to them Tuesday about setting a date. And that's going to be Blindbrook High School and Portchester High School and Congregation KTI and St. Paul's working together for a car wash. The car wash we did last year worked out very well. So that's going to be on a Sunday, either the end of May or the beginning of June. We're going to set that date this week, and I'll let you know. Have a good day, everybody.
You, Pastor, have a good day as well.
Thank you.
Have a good week, everybody.
Take it easy now.